That's how I like him.
There's a guy on the phone, this guy, Uncle Mike. He wrote us a letter. This is kind of weird. He killed a dude when he was 17. Is this Uncle Mike?
Yeah, I'm here. How you doing this morning, Howard?
Okay, man.
All right.
Mike wants to announce to the world that he is a murderer. He's been living ever since he's gotten out of prison. He's been hiding it from his neighbors. He got a legitimate job.
Right.
But now he wants to come out of the closet, so to speak, not as a gay man, but as a murderer. Is that right?
Does he think this is a good idea?
Well, you're getting close there, Howard. And Robin, I can already hear the concern in your voice. So let me just tell you what I got going on in my life.
Well, let me tell everyone what you did. When he was 16 years old, he gets into he hijacks a taxi cab.
All right.
He forces the driver to take him across 3 states. At one point, they pull over to a rest stop, and Mike ordered the driver out of the car. And by the way, why did you hijack a cab, by the way?
It wasn't a cab. It was the little airport shuttle station wagon that shot back and forth between KC International and the hotel itself.
Yeah, okay. So why did you hijack that thing?
In a nutshell, I panicked, and that was the only way I saw getting out at the time.
Getting out of the, airport?
No, you're just getting out of the jam that I put myself.
What was the jam?
What was the jam, yeah.
What was the jam? I was down in Kansas City, basically trying to steal some cars. And things were going miserably wrong. I had absolutely no business being even attempting to try to steal a car. And just got into this kind of lifestyle where I was always pushing the limits. And
so he hijacks this car for some reason because he couldn't, I don't know.
I panicked.
He panicked. He hijacked the guy, okay? I don't fully understand that. Then he stabbed the driver 17 times, slit his throat 5 times, and left him in a ditch to die.
Why?
Why'd you kill him?
Why'd I kill him? So that he couldn't identify me.
Oh, you're a real bad guy.
Was that the first time you'd killed someone?
Yes, it is.
So then he later...
How was that? No.
Yeah, I mean, like it seems to me you were even, angry with the guy. I mean, you slashed his throat 5 times. You stabbed him 17 times. It's like you were...
Were you on something?
No, I actually was not, but Howard hit it right there.
Were you angry with your dad or your mom or something?
Yeah, I was angry. I'm not sure if you had a chance to see any of the background info, et cetera, et cetera.
No, but what did you were you raped as a kid? Did something traumatic happen to you? Did your parents do something to you?
No, came from pretty much, mom and dad got divorced when I was 2. Me and the sis got to stick with mom. Dad pretty much abandoned.
So maybe you were really killing your dad, like you were so angry or something.
Well, one of the things, and this is going to shock probably a lot of people, and a lot of people aren't ready to hear this, but I've got my own reasons. Basically, in a nutshell, I want to see if I can help some way, shape, or form, having come from this background and having kind of lived it full cycle now.
So wait a second, you got caught by the cops because you pull into a gas station after you kill this guy and there's blood all over you, and the attendant calls the cops.
That's correct.
And they put you on trial, and they put you. Why do they charge you with second-degree murder? Why not first-degree murder?
Originally, it was first degree. I was 16 years old at the time. This is in Nebraska. The governor at the time was leaving office. And in a nutshell, he had a bill on his desk that he ultimately signed that said anyone under the age of 18 could not be eligible for the death sentence in the state of Nebraska.
It is pretty amazing to me that you're even out of jail, Mike, because...
that's a pretty vicious crime.
I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. I'm here to take my licks. But
do you think you're reformed? Do you think you're reformed, though? Do you think that...
I think that I'm going to always be dealing with it.
Right.
Always.
But do you think you want to kill again? Do you think you ever want to kill again?
No, I don't. I would never want to cause the destruction that I've already brought into this world once, not only for my own family.
Did the cab driver... Did the driver...
But for the victim's family. He had 3 children.
Right, that's what I was going to ask you.
He was a Vietnamese immigrant that had come over to this country. I mean, the man was... there's no excuse for what I did. I'm not trying to make any excuses here. The reason I felt it important to come onto the Stern Show is to basically say, amongst other things, yes, I've been out now 10 years. I've been, call it hiding my little secret from the world for 10 years. No one knew.
Right.
My employers, et cetera, et cetera. And that's fine. That's my cross to bear. Some things have recently changed in my life, and something tells me that it's now time to try to make up for the shit that I've caused.
All right, so Mike, so you have a real good job, right? You trained yourself while you were in prison to be what's an IT guy? What is that?
Information technology manager.
Okay, and you've got a good job. Your boss, how do you keep going to prison from your boss? How did you manage to get out of that?
Well, basically, for the most part, when I started out, I was always subcontracting.
Right.
And now I just don't discuss it. I mean, I fall through the cracks like most people. And matter of fact, there's a gentleman over here right now, and we were discussing that point. How in the world did I fall through the cracks?
All right, now let me ask you, the guy had 3 kids. Now that you're making some dough, did you do anything for his kids?
That's yes, I've tried. I've been back to the city. Platte City, Missouri, twice now. I've spoke with the sheriff. I've searched the grave records, et cetera, et cetera. I cannot locate the family. In addition, while I was in Nebraska, Nebraska has a program that allows inmates and the victims' families to, if both groups want to get together and try to resolve some issues, they try to facilitate that.
So you try to donate some money to them and this and that, and you can't even do that?
Well, no, I'm not saying I can't do that. I can obviously do that.
When you were in prison, did you get into fights with people? Did you kill anyone there?
I didn't. No, I've only done the one killing. As far as the fights, yeah. I mean, I'm a little guy, and I walked into prison for the first 6-7 years with a very big chip on my shoulder.
Were you ever raped in prison?
No.
Nobody ever tried to give you a blowjob?
Now, rape is one thing. The blowjob thing and attempts, that's completely different.
You blew a guy in prison?
No, I had a guy blow me in prison once.
Nice.
Accident. Wow. Hey,
it was an accident.
How was it an accident?
You want the long story or the short story?
Short story.
People?
You tripped?
Short story. I was getting a massage from the same guy that had been giving me a massage for 6 months. I flipped over. I was all relaxed. He started going to work in a way that he hadn't before. I sat up. I said, what the fuck you doing? He said, and he's like, well, ain't this working? I said, fuck no, this ain't working for me.
So now you're... So
that was that.
Did you beat him up or anything?
No. Matter of fact, he came back the next week and just made sure that fucking towel stayed on.
Right. So he rubbed you down again, but he didn't blow you.
Correct.
Were you a little insulted by that?
Was that good for you in the sense that you'd never been with a woman, I assumed? And
No, actually, there's quite a few women I'd been with before. Well, I should call them girls.
At 17, at 17, you had a couple. At 17, you had a couple of women.
I started when I was 13.
Wow.
So I got lucky. And just on a side note, just because you're in a joint, that don't mean you can't get pussy.
Do you think oh, really? You got pussy in the joint?
Where do you get it?
Where do you get the pussy?
You pay a guard $400. You got to be at the Lincoln Correctional Center in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah.
You got to come up with $400 in cash. And you got to, basically, you're going to go down into the barber shop next door to the canteen.
Wow, and where do you get $400 when you're in prison?
You bring your family, your friends, you bring it in, you sling weed, you do what you got to do.
Are the girls real pigs that go to prison to fuck guys, or are they kind of hot?
No, I mean, there's some hot-looking little bitches that come visit.
No kidding.
No complaints.
Are you married now? Do you have kids and everything?
I will never have kids, ever.
Right.
I'll never take the chance on bringing a little me into the world. Ever.
In other words, because you think there might be something genetically wrong with you to make you a murderer?
Not so much genetically. I think that how we look at the chemicals, up in the brain and all that crap now, as opposed to how we did back in the 70s.
Right.
How we treat that shit.
But you claim you tried to kill your teacher when you were in 4th grade. You also lit a car on fire when you were 5 years old. So maybe there's something genetically going on with you.
There could be, and you know, I've got doctors, and I've been with these guys for quite a while. They've been taking care of me, and we've been making progress.
So are you on medication?
Yes, I am. Right now I am not. The reason I'm not right now is because the Zoloft that I had been on for the last 8 years, which for me was a great drug, it lost its effectiveness. And thus, right now, we're kind of flushing the system.
Let's take a couple of phone calls from our listeners, see how they're reacting to you coming out of the closet, so to speak. Now, by the way, when you say you're coming out of the closet, what does it mean? You're going around telling all your neighbors and everything that you murdered a guy?
But no, what it means is that I'm going to right now, that the outreach places, the jails, just trying to reach some people that maybe one of them will listen. Maybe.
What do you tell them? That you feel guilty and that you feel horrible about this and don't wreck your life by killing someone?
Don't wreck your life, period. There's no need to. I mean, we've all been there. We've all already been down this road in one fashion, flavor, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, then it's a good message, I guess, huh?
But he can't get to the people, you know, I hate to think of what happened to that family.
Yeah.
Because they lost their dad.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it just literally, within the last 3 months, it dawned on me. And it's taken this long, but it finally dawned on me.
When you're actually killing a guy.
Wait, hold on.
Go ahead, yeah.
Thank you. That it dawned on me that in addition to their father, I took someone's grandparents, too.
When you kill someone, is there anything like you get off sexually on it?
Oh, my God.
Wow. Okay, I know people that do.
Did you?
Personally? I did not. One of the questions I think Robin threw out there early on was, how did I feel afterwards? And this is a hard truth, but it's the truth. It was the most relieved I had felt in my life to that point.
What do you mean relieved?
I took all of my frustrations out on this unfortunate person.
Wow. So, well, what do you think of, who the hell fucking knows?
Yeah.
Hey, Michael, you're on the air in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This is Michael speaking to Mike, the killer.
Hey, Howard, how you doing? Hey, listen, this guy's an asshole. I got beef with what he's doing here. Listen, if he wants to reach out to his family, he shouldn't do it himself. Send a check, send it to a third party. They should know where the money comes from. Also,
he said he can't find the family. He's trying.
I know, but there's no reason for him to be in contact with his family anyway. Listen, if he killed my father and he tried to reach out to me, I'd kill him. But listen, he shouldn't be on your show seeking publicity. He wants to do these outreach programs. He could do that quietly. He should be ashamed of what he did, not trying to seek notoriety and some fame. Because
all right, what about that, Mike? You should not be on our show, not trying to seek fame.
I'm actually not trying to seek fame. What I am trying to seek, though, is some people that probably need some help. And I've sat back. I've done while I was in prison, and once I turned my life around, I started doing the tour groups and, talking to the kids, et cetera, et cetera.
Do you do stand-up comedy?
I'm trying to.
Is part of your act of talking about the murder?
No, absolutely not.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that would be a hole to dig yourself out of.
Artie, do you think if you go on stage and you start talking about, hey, look, I just up front I want to tell you I murdered a guy, do you think it'd be hard to win over the crowd?
I murdered the father of 3 young children, and hey, where are you from?
Ken, you're on the air with Uncle Mike. Yes, Ken.
This living piece of shit makes a case for his own recidivism. He's got space for it in his head. He's done things earlier in his life, whether it's genetic or it's social, doesn't matter. This piece of shit never should have been out of jail, as have people who committed crimes like him. He seems to take some glee in his voice for the horror that he caused in innocent people's lives.
Mike, I tend to agree with Ken here on the phone. I'm one of these guys. I'm a hardliner. You murder someone, you never see the light of day.
Right, yeah, and you don't sound that broken up.
Right. So the thing is it... when you come out of the closet, you're going to get this day in and day out. People are just going to despise you. Do you think...
That's fine.
You don't care.
That's part of the punishment. I bought in it.
There's no remorse.
Excuse me. I mean, please don't tell me I don't have any remorse just because I'm not expressing it in the way that you're expecting to. But make no mistake, I've spent the last 17 years of my life. No. The last 17 years of my life actually trying to turn shit around, and now I'm trying to reach out and see if there's anyone that my story, personally, might help.
I guess your story could help other murderers.
Let's go to Baby, let's go to Vito. Vito in Montreal, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, man? I hope the dude doesn't live near me, that's for fucking sure. You never hear about Canadian dudes doing crazy shit like this, man.
Mike, are you a Canadian?
Yeah. No, but and the reason you don't hear about the Canadians up there is because you got a different lifestyle, partner. I mean, you guys don't even have guns legal up there, so you don't have the same problems we have.
You didn't use a gun, Job. You didn't use a gun, man. What are you talking about? Dude, listen, you want to reach out for something, man. You should reach out for a gun and blow your brains out, dude. You're crazy, man.
All right, let's go to Aaron.
Well, I respect that. You're entitled to
That's a hard thing to live with. I mean, I don't even... how do you live with yourself?
Well, you just try to get better and you try to do the right thing.
Do you have nightmares?
It never happens again. Yes, I do.
You do. Aaron, go ahead. What is your nightmare, by the way, Mike?
It takes on several forms. He spoke with me. My victims' families have spoke with me.
In the dream? In the dream.
Yeah, in the dreams.
Right. Aaron, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yes, I was listening to the guy here. By the way, I love the show. I was going to tell him I'm a PI here in Virginia, and I was going to tell him that there's several resources he can use. If he's an IT guy, he has access to the Internet. He could certainly track down a family through public records.
Yeah, that's a good point. Today you can find anyone. Was the family at your trial?
No, they were not. I wound up pleading guilty in court up there in Nebraska.
Right.
And right now, according to the former sheriff down there in Platte County, Missouri, he's under the impression that they may have went back to Vietnam.
I see.
May. But I haven't given up. And the gentleman that is calling in, he's absolutely right. And I've used those resources.
Did the man say anything to you while you were trying to kill him? Did he plead for his life?
We fought.
You fought?
That's what we did. He fought. He fought really hard.
He did?
Yes, he did.
And then there was no point where you were going to show mercy and just run away or something like that? No. You were held back.
I still don't understand the jam he was trying to get out of, why he had to kill this guy. Was
somebody after you?
No, I think it was just the way, I'd been involved with the law and constantly trying to cry out, do whatever, et cetera, et cetera. And
I don't think he was in a gym. I just think it was pressure building.
I think it was, in his mind.
Yeah, so there wasn't any...
Exactly. That's what it is. And it's all up there, and it's a way that...
It's almost like he released the pressure by killing the guy.
Right. So, which doesn't bode well for you getting a lot of sympathy from people. If you were in some sort of immediate danger and you killed a guy spontaneously to get out of it, that's one thing, but clearly the way you killed him means there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, you sound like a mental patient.
Yeah.
Even to this day?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to give us a break here if we don't really understand that you're 100% cured and remorseful from an act like that. That's pretty heinous.
I'm a little worried because he's off his Zoloft.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Hey, Will, you're on the air in Orlando.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Okay.
Hey, Mike, how many years were you sentenced to in prison, and how many years did you serve?
I was originally sentenced 10 years to life in Nebraska, and I served 10 years there. While I was there, the state of Missouri came and picked me up, and they gave me a 10 to 15-year sentence for kidnapping and the auto theft, and I served 7.5 there.
So total 17 years.
17.
In a row, no break.
That is correct.
Wow. It's half your life.
At that time it was more than half my life, and it's exactly where I needed to be.
Right. Tony,
one of my reasons that I'm here today, people, is I'm not trying to make friends. I'm really not. I'm not here to try to...
win you over, so to speak.
Exactly. I'm here hoping that somewhere out there in Howard's 11 million listeners, there's someone that's fucked up right now. That's the only person I'm interested in.
We can guarantee that. I mean...
And you're saying that you're hoping that if they hear your story...
Maybe.
You could save them the grief of killing someone. Like, go get some help. Is that what you might...
Or even going to prison.
Do you believe in the death penalty?
Yes, I do.
You do,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And if I had to look at my situation and step back from it, I should have cooked.
Who would you vote for if you could vote?
I don't even read the news anymore. I'm sick of all the bullshit out there.
Are you married?
Yes. Right now I am, for 9 years.
Your wife knows?
Yes, she does.
Oh.
Is your wife like one of them fat broads that, like, you know, has to marry
you in prison?
Absolutely not. So
do you have a good marriage?
I have a marriage that's going through a lot of strain right now because I feel it's important for me to do this at this point in my life.
So what, are you getting a divorce?
Hope not.
Well, that's, here's another thing. His wife is now going to be exposed.
Yeah, I mean, are you going to, like, parties with your wife and then coming out and going to people, hey, I'm a murderer?
No. Matter of fact, right now, my wife and I really aren't that social. We have no desire to be that social. We've got our core group of friends. For the most part, they've all known now.
Tony, you're on the air.
We're dealing with it.
Go ahead, Tony.
Hey, how you doing, Howard?
Okay.
This guy's debt to society won't be paid until the motherfucker assumes room temperature.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I'm not fighting you.
Do you ever consider killing yourself?
Yeah, I have.
Oh.
Okay. Sea-Dog, you're on the air.
But I'm not going through with it just to make someone happy.
Right. Sea-Dog, go ahead.
Yeah, you know what? This guy really fucked up, but he's trying to make right. He's trying to find the family and make some restitutions. I mean, you can't condemn him if he's trying to do the right thing.
Do you have kids?
No, he said he'll never have kids.
I'll never have kids.
That's why I like your wife. She doesn't want to have kids.
Yeah. And let me ask you something. When did you tell your wife you were a murderer?
I've known my wife for 30-plus years now.
Oh.
See, I would fuck her, then I would tell her.
Was she one of the $400 broads? How do you know her that long?
Basically, her mother taught me 6th grade English. That's how I know her that long.
Wow. So she knew everything.
Yeah, she goes all the way back to all those fucked up years back in junior high, and, she went off and did her thing, and I went to the joint, and we remained friends, and she got married, et cetera, did her thing, and...
How much money can you make a year being an IT guy, by the way? Is that...
Six figures.
No shit.
Yeah, that's good money.
Look at this guy out of prison making 6 figures.
And that's also one of my points here.
Yeah, it's like you could have had a good life.
You know how to survive.
I walked out of the joint with nothing. I walked out of the joint with 4 business plans for my personal life.
All right, Dave, you're on the air in Saddle.
90% of the folks are coming back out, people.
All right, Dave.
You're going to have to deal with them.
Right, Dave, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, how you doing?
All right.
Hey, I have a comment. I'm actually a private detective, and I'd like to offer my services to this guy. I definitely can find whoever he's looking for. And if he's making 6 figures a year, how come he's never, wanted to hire a private detective to help find these people?
In regards to taking you up on your offer, Howard, is it okay if I throw my web address out there?
Go ahead.
All right. It's unclemike.us.
Why are you Uncle Mike? That's kind of creepy.
I know, but it's I don't know if it's permanent. I have no idea. That's just what I'm going with right now.
Uncle Mike.us. Like, why'd you name yourself Uncle Mike? Like, I mean,
are you involved with children at all?
My nieces. I love my nieces and my nephew to death. So, yes, I'm definitely involved with them.
Uncle Mike.us. Yeah, go ahead, George.
Isn't Uncle Mike the name you use as a comedian?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
I got to hear some of your stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you make us laugh?
No, let me hear a joke.
No. I bomb, and the reason that I am kind of doing the comedian thing is I kind of want to get used to the stage fright, to be honest with you. If I'm going to go with this, and if I'm going to go speak in front of churches or whatever I'm going to, or jail.
I got a good joke for you. You walk on the stage and go, you know what? I killed tonight. And then everyone goes, what do you mean you killed? You didn't even start yet. No, I killed.
You want to open for me? You need to work on that delivery, Howard.
All right, okay, there you go.
All right.
Hey, Howard, you should join the Killers of Comedy.
We'd have a real killer.
Levy would put this guy on for the plugs
So Dave, if you can find the family for Mike, and Mike, you're interested, you guys can hook up through unclemike.us.
Absolutely.
That'll be fine.
Real good. Sorry, yes?
Lastly, the last part to answer Dave's question, he asked why it's taken so long. This started back in October. I started, like I alluded to, I started going through some changes, personal ones, et cetera, with the family, et cetera. And since then, it's kind of grown, and now fast forward, 4 months later, and it's this right now.
All right.
What I can tell you is that you may not like the messenger here. I'm not asking you to. Don't forget about the goddamn message, though.
But I think you are looking for someone to like you.
Yeah.
I do. I really do. Dan, go ahead in Niagara Falls.
I got friends here right now, so I got enough friends.
Your Uncle Mike.
Yeah, Uncle Mike. Dan, go ahead. You're on the air in Niagara Falls.
Hey, how are you doing? I don't know. I as bad as it seems that this guy's like, he killed someone. I mean, we should definitely be learning from this guy. We're looking at it as if we did something like this. This guy's different from us. He's not like us. It's better to learn from him. You know what I mean? If people hear about this.
Well, Mike makes a good point. He does say, listen, a lot of guys are getting out of prison, and you're going to have to deal with these guys. They are coming out into society.
And we have the highest prison population in the world.
We do.
And I don't think anyone's ever quite expressed the statistic like this, but if you're in a room of 50 people, I believe the official statistic is 13 out of that 50 been in some kind of trouble.
All right, let's go to Dennis. You're on in Tampa.
Howard, this guy's he's full of shit, man. These convicts, we used to work these guys in a halfway house at a sawmill just outside of Lakeland, Florida. Every one of these guys are so full of shit, especially these murderers. First of all, none of them are ever guilty. They're always running a scam. It's the same story that I'd hear from every one of them, hundreds that would come through our work camp.
What do you think he's up to right now, D? What do you think the scam is?
What's the deal, yeah?
As usual, they're scamming to make some money. Let me tell you, this guy would start killing again in a second if he really fell on hard times. There's no, you never convert them. They're just always the same bullshit. They're always trying to scam. Every single one of them. Never met a guilty one.
Well, Dan, didn't I start this conversation out by acknowledging my guilt?
Hey, bud, you know what? If you really feel like you want to do something for the world, blow your head off. Kill yourself now.
All right.
Go find a bridge.
Well, Mike, I'm sure there are a lot of people out there.
But not the first time I've heard that choice little piece of advice.
No, you know what? The only way that you rehabilitate a murderer is you kill him. There is no rehabilitation for a murderer.
Hey, Mike, is it true you're going to perform at the Comedy Store in L.A. March 9th and 10th?
It's open mic night, so if they draw my name out the thing, then yes, maybe.
All right. Thank you, Dennis.
Well, here's something he can do. When you walk up to there, if you get that gig, just put a gun in your mouth and blow your head off. They'll love it.
Okay.
The audience will go wild for that, huh?
And also keep in the back of your mind, these are the gentleman who called in. You speak his piece, that's fine. I believe he had mentioned that he was a correctional officer or something like that.
Yeah, right.
And these are the same guys that you're counting on to straighten us out.
All right, Tino, you're on the air in San Diego.
Yeah.
We're in trouble.
Hey, how long did it take for your family and relatives to, forgive you, or do they support you the whole time?
Do you have any contact with your family?
I've got contact through my entire time with my family. Both on my mother's side, my father's side, et cetera, et cetera.
And what do you have, a sister?
I've got one full sister, 2 half-sisters.
And when you say you love your nieces and nephews, they let you near the kids and stuff? They're not afraid to leave you alone with them because you did murder?
Absolutely.
Wow.
I take them. I'm just like, I'm sorry. Damn near every family's got someone, with the checkered past.
Let me ask you, Howard. He makes a point. What do you do if this is your brother-in-law?
Oh, I hit Fuzzy Hills. He's never going to be near me. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't give a fuck.
But Mike, let me understand the day you killed this guy, did you wake up saying you want to kill somebody? Or, you got in a cab and you said, and something hit you? Was it that premeditated or no?
I think I woke up and I was in the hotel room itself, the gentleman's hotel. That's where I stayed. Mm-hmm. And I think I woke up and I said, I was scared. I panicked. I was 16 years old, and I didn't know how to get myself back to Mom, basically. And I wasn't brave enough or man enough or boy enough to pick up the phone and say, Mom, I need fucking help.
Right. Steve, you're on the air.
I've stepped out onto this ledge, and I don't know how to fucking get back on.
So if it wasn't this cab driver, it would have been somebody else you ran into.
That is correct.
Yep. Steve, you're on the air. You got the final word in Tampa, Florida for Uncle Mike.
Good morning, Howard. Good morning, Howard.
Right.
Everybody. Hey, man, everybody's busting this guy's balls, man. Remember, he was 16 when he did this shit. It wasn't like a 30-year-old man that he knew exactly what he was doing. I don't know about you guys, but I did a lot of dumb shit when I was 16. Nothing to this extent, but criminal shit. I beat a man, and thank God he lived. You know, but they were trying to put me in prison, too, for that, and he started the fight. No,
I don't know. I mean, that's pretty severe behavior. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but 16 years old. I mean, he grew up in a shit lifestyle, I guess, and, you can't condone what he did, but, you don't think rationally when you're 16.
All right.
Yeah, but not every 16-year-old is killing somebody.
Don't you think this guy has it in him, like, if he's in the right position, though? Like, say this guy was Steve-O's neighbor.
Jason, Jason, you have the final word in Columbus. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're forgetting an important point. The guy was Vietnamese, so it wasn't that big of a loss, first of all.
Oh, thank you.
You're saying the guy was Vietnamese?
What is it?
He's saying the guy was a Vietnamese who you killed, so who cares?
But wait a minute, that aside, the hard time finding them is they were probably here illegal to begin with, so he was probably doing us a big favor.
Oh, well,
that is one way to look at it.
I mean,
it's a pretty fucked up way to look at it.
Pretty fucking poor-ass attitude.
Yes,
sure is.
Me.
All right. Was there any racial...
I don't know. Who's worse, that guy or the guy who murdered?
But, Uncle Mike, was there any racial aspect to it?
None whatsoever.
None whatsoever. All right. Listen, Uncle Mike, I could talk about this all day. I mean, we're trying to figure it out.
For a murderer, you sound like a pretty nice guy.
I'm trying.
Robin would go out with you, but she's seeing Jimmy Florentine.
I want to see him March 9th at the Comedy Store.
Yeah, shit.
Well, let me tell you something. Listen, if you are helping people in some way, I'm all for that. Uncle Mike can be checked out at unclemike.us, and thanks for calling us up, Mike, and sharing your story with us.
I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity.
Right.
Now, you're not going to make a sex tape, are you, Uncle Mike?
Yeah, if you make a sex tape, then we really will freak out.
No.
All right, thank you, Uncle Mike.
Hey, thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Uncle Mike killed at 16. He's out, and he's here to say, I'm coming out of the closet. I want everyone to know I killed.
That, I don't know if I could live with myself.
Yeah,
that would be a tough one.
Well, while I don't agree with the racial aspect of that one caller, I mean, there is a chance the guy was... The fact that his family went back to Vietnam, maybe they were here illegally. I don't know, but that doesn't mean...
What difference does that
That's
make?
not the death penalty here.
Hey, Mike, you're on the air in Dallas.
Hey, how's it going?
All right.
Hey, now look, I served over in Afghanistan and Iraq, and there's like two completely different aspects to this. Because one, you got people who have to, for survival, and then you got this guy who did it because Mommy.
Oh, you're talking about soldiers, our soldiers who have to kill in Afghanistan and Iraq.
Right.
They're in the military, and it is a sort of a sanctioned killing. You can't compare that with just going around on the street.
And killing a guy who has no malice for you.
Yeah, let's not forget the victim here. Here's a guy from Vietnam who's working hard. He's abiding by the laws. He expects...
And he's just completely innocent, sitting there, doing his job, trying to perform for his family, and some jackass comes out of fucking nowhere and decides he's going to off him because Mommy and Daddy didn't hug him enough.
Yeah, well, listen, you're talking about a serious fucking problem. All right. Thanks a lot, Mike. Everybody's named Mike today. That's Mike. This guy's Mike. The first caller was Mike. Mike is the most popular name.
Is it?
In the United States.
I thought it was Jason.
No, it's Mike.
I personally grew up in my grade with, and these are kids I'm close friends with, I believe 7 Mikes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's like in, I think it was in Goodfellas. They point out that every guy is named Mike or Paul.
Well, Peter and Paul, yeah.
Peter and
Italian,
Paul.
right? An Italian family. This is Petey, and this is Paul.
Paulie.
This is my cousin Paul. This is his nephew Petey.
Well, somehow around here, Scott became the name to have.